Welcome to the Computer Vault podcast, where I discuss the histories of computers, computing, and IT. I'm Aidan, and today's episode we explore how our home television sets have evolved into powerful devices that allow us not only to watch our favourite programs, but also shop, bank, and browse the wide expanse of the World Wide Web. For decades, the television set has been a centerpiece in our living rooms, a window into popular culture, news, and entertainment. However, as technology continues to blur the lines between traditional media and modern digital experiences, our TVs are quickly transcending their original purpose. Today's conversation will unravel this transformation with a focus on both technological advancements and changes in consumer behavior. Through history, current applications, and future trends, I'll paint a portrait of how television based online services are reshaping our digital lives. Initially announced on June 13th, 1993, this groundbreaking technology promised to transform the passive viewing experience into an engaging, interactive dialogue between the screen and the viewer. Our journey begins in the mid 20th century when the television became the dominant medium for mass communication. Initially, TVs were solely used for broadcasting analog signals, black and white images that gradually evolved into a kaleidoscope of colour and sound. The era of analog television was all about scheduled programming, and interactivity was an alien concept to both creators and audiences. In the late 20th century, however, the advent of cable and satellite television introduced viewers to a broader array of choices. Soon, a debate emerged: how could this familiar household object be repurposed to embrace the budgeting world of digital media? Early experiments in interactive TV began in the 1980s and 1990s. Services such as Cube in Columbus, Ohio, allowed viewers to interact with television shows, vote in live polls, or make simple purchases directly from their TV remotes. While primitive in execution, these experiments were a harbinger of the highly interactive systems we now take for granted. This all started on June 13th, 1993. The world was abuzz when industry experts and innovators gathered to unveil the concept of interactive television. Back then, the idea that viewers could influence the narrative of a show or interact with advertisements in real time was nothing short of revolutionary. This initial announcement was led by a consortium of pioneering organizations and visionary personalities, including influential figures from technology companies and broadcasting networks at Time Warner, Microsoft, and telecommunications. These trailblazers believed that interactive software could transform television viewing into an immersive experience that engages not just the eyes, but also the mind of the viewer. Following the announcement, early research and development efforts accelerated dramatically. In the mid 1990s, trials began in select markets showcasing innovative concepts that would later shape the industry. Engineers and software developers worked tirelessly to integrate interactive elements into conventional broadcasting. Demonstration projects such as audience voting on reality shows or real time quizzes marked pioneering steps into a new era. This period was characterized by a productive collaboration between academic institutions, technology firms, and broadcasters, all striving to solve technical challenges such as data transmission and real time responsiveness, which were critical for future developments. Notably, projects like the interactive game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire served as essential case studies that tested and highlighted these technologies, showcasing the potential for viewer engagement. Several breakthroughs during this era laid the foundation for what we now take for granted in digital media. Innovations in data compression, error correction, and digital signal processing were pivotal to the advancement of interactive television. These technological leaps enabled the transmission of additional data streams alongside video signals without compromising the quality or integrity of the broadcast. Organizations invested significantly in research to ensure that interactive commands could reach viewers in near real time. overcoming the constraints of earlier analog systems. For instance, advancements in coding techniques like MPEG-2 allowed for smoother interactions, which are essential for real-time viewer engagement, and significantly contributed to user retention rates in trial markets, demonstrating the effectiveness of interactive features. By the late 1990s, prototypes evolved into early commercial products that began to enter households, albeit in limited capacities. Although the initial implementations were modest, they provided a tantalizing glimpse of the potential for audience engagement. With the spread of internet connectivity, developers began to incorporate online elements, blending broadcast television with interactive websites and later streaming platforms. This hybrid model not only welcomed viewers into the content, but also laid the groundwork for what we now know as second screen experiences, where audiences interact with content seamlessly across multiple devices, enhancing their overall viewing engagement. A notable example is the integration of live voting on performances during shows like American Idol, which exemplified the power of real-time audience involvement. By the early 2000s, rapid advancements in digital technology led to the integration of internet capabilities in consumer electronics. The emergence of smart TVs signaled a paradigm shift. As these devices began to incorporate Wi-Fi, Ethernet connectivity, and dedicated app stores, this enabled multimedia functions far beyond the passive viewing experience. Users could now check their emails, navigate websites, and eventually engage in online transactions. Here, it becomes important to recognize that the historical development of TV-based internet access has always been intertwined with broader innovations in both the telecommunications and computing industries. The gradual miniaturization of computer components, cheaper high-speed internet, and user interface improvements all contributed to evolving consumer expectations and shaping the present-day multifunctional TV experience. Today, smart TVs are not merely digital canvases for streaming entertainment. They have become central hubs in the digital ecosystem, integrating numerous services that once belonged solely to personal computers or mobile devices. Let's take a closer look at some of the most significant current applications. So, TV-based shopping. Shopping on television has come a long way from the infomercials and QVC calling experiences of the past. In recent years, many major retailers have integrated their e-commerce platforms with smart TV apps, making it possible to view product catalogs, read detailed descriptions, watch product demonstrations, and even complete purchases using nothing more than remote control or voice commands. Some platforms have introduced innovative features that allow for personalized shopping experiences. Using viewers' data, the platforms can recommend products based on past behavior or popular trends. Voice-activated assistants integrated with the TV have also made searching for products a hands-free and seamless experience. Companies are now even experimenting with augmented reality that allows consumers to visualize furniture in their living rooms or try on virtual clothes before making a purchase. From the standpoint of consumer behavior, the growing sophistication of TV-based shopping has proven to be a boon. Whilst our mobile devices dominate the realm of consumer research and micro-purchases, the larger screen and unique interactivity of smart TVs have proven particularly compelling for high-involvement purchases where visual details and immersive presentation are critical. Banking on your TV might sound like something of a far-fetched science fiction novel, but it is quickly becoming a reality. Financial institutions have taken note of the continuing integration of digital ports into our everyday appliances and have launched secure applications that enable banking functions. Many banks now offer smart TV apps that let users check account balances, transfer funds, pay bills, and even review transaction histories. Security remains a top priority in these applications. Advanced encryption, two-factor authentication, and biometric verification techniques, when integrated with voice recognition and even remote facial recognition setups, are ensuring a level of protection that is on par with or even exceeds traditional methods of digital banking accessed from computers or mobile devices. Consumer behavior has shown a cautious yet growing interest in using non-traditional devices such as TVs for banking. For many, the trust they already extend to their home televisions as a reliable tools for information and entertainment serves as a foundation for embracing more secure banking operations via the same device. The convenience factor of not having to switch between multiple devices to manage everyday financial tasks is also a compelling advantage. The World Wide Web has evolved immensely since its inception, and the way we access it has diversified as well. Beyond shopping and banking, modern smart TVs double as portals to the online world. Users can browse the internet, read news articles, watch user generated content, or even access educational resources. Apps dedicated to news, streaming, and social media enable viewers to stay informed and connected without leaving the comfort of their living rooms. The education, the educational and interactive potential of TV-based web browsing is enormous. Several platforms are experimenting with interactive learning experiences, remote collaboration, and integrated video conferencing, all on platforms designed for large screen shared experiences. Additionally, the integration of household management applications such as smart home controllers means that our TVs increasingly act as a central command center for our connected homes. All these functionalities are supported by a robust and continually improving technological infrastructure. Faster internet speeds, better display quality, and more user intuitive interfaces are only a few of the elements propelling this upward trend in multifunctionality. The convergence of entertainment, commerce, and essential day-to-day applications has made the modern TV a linchpin in both digital branding and consumer behavior strategies. Looking forward, the future of TV-based digital integration is rife with promising developments. One of the most significant anticipated trends is the further integration of artificial intelligence and machine learning in smart TV platforms. These technologies are expected to offer unprecedented personalization, predictive analytics for shopping and banking, and smarter content recommendations. Imagine a TV that understands your viewing habits and suggests not only your next binge-worthy series, but also products or financial services that align with your personal preferences and life goals. Furthermore, as 5G networks continue to roll out globally, smart TVs will benefit from ultra-fast internet speeds and near-zero latency. This technological upgrade will enable seamless high-definition streaming alongside interactive content, paving the way for more sophisticated commerce and banking applications. The real-time responsiveness of 5G is particularly exciting for applications like live auctions, instant payment systems, and interactive TV shopping events that rely on quick feedback loops and instantaneous service delivery. Other emerging technologies, such as augmented reality and virtual reality, hold considerable promise for enhancing the shopping experience on TVs. For example, retailers may soon offer virtual showrooms where you can try on merchandise without ever needing to visit a physical store. These innovations could drive consumer confidence, reduce returns, and provide a richer, more engaging customer experience. The future of TV-based digital services is not purely about technology. It is equally about the evolution of consumer behavior. As customers become increasingly comfortable with managing various aspects of their lives online, their expectations for convenience, personalization, and security continue to rise. The transformation of the TV from an information portal to an interactive digital assistant reflects a fundamental shift in how consumers perceive and use this device. One notable trend is the increasing willingness among consumers to experiment with multifunctional devices. The millennial and Gen Z demographics, who grew up during the rise of digital media, are pushing for experiences that blur the boundary between media consumption, social interaction, and commercial transactions. The demand for integrated services is driving device manufacturers and digital platform providers to invest heavily in the development of seamless, user-friendly interfaces that cater to those needs. Additionally, the integration of lifestyle services such as health monitoring, fitness tracking, and even remote work applications into smart TVs could further redefine the role of the television in the home. The transformation of TVs into all-encompassing digital companions is set to continue, encouraging a closer bond between our daily routines and the technology that supports them. There's also the aspect of demographic diversification. As more elderly users become comfortable with digital technology, intuitive design and accessible interfaces on our televisions could pave the way for increased digital inclusion. Features like voice control and simplified navigation have already started making the digital world more accessible for senior citizens, thus changing long held assumptions about the digital divide. As we peer into the future, one dramatic possibility is the further convergence of media, commerce, and social connectivity, an evolution that could transform TVs into a comprehensive lifestyle hub. Imagine a scenario where your smart TV not only streams your favourite sports or movie, but also provides live financial updates, interactive shopping experiences, and real time social media interactions within a single integrated interface. Such convergence would likely be underpinned by platforms that blur lines between various services. Companies might partner across industries to develop ecosystems that capitalize on the interconnected nature of consumer data. For instance, your viewing history could inform personalized financial advice, or your shopping habits could influence the content recommendations you receive. While such interconnectivity holds enormous potential for convenience and personalization, it also raises important considerations regarding data privacy and user security. Consequently, future developments in this space will have to prioritize robust security measures and transparent data handling policies. As consumers become increasingly vigilant about their digital privacy, companies that can deliver integrated services without compromising on trust will undoubtedly lead the market. This balance between convenience and security is one of the primary challenges and opportunities of the coming decade in digital service integration via home televisions. The dramatic transformations in how we use home televisions are powered by several key technological advancements. The miniaturization of computing hardware has enabled manufacturers to pack more processing power into a single device. This means that smart TVs today are not far removed from modern computers or smartphones in terms of capabilities. Thanks to enhanced graphics processing units and streamlined operating systems, smart TVs can run multiple applications simultaneously, a necessity when delivering services like banking, shopping, and web browsing concurrently. Connectivity improvements such as Wi-Fi 6 and fiber optic broadband have also played a critical role. High-speed internet is a cornerstone of modern digital consumption, ensuring that data-heavy services like streaming, online banking, and interactive shopping are delivered without interruption or lag. This synergy of hardware and connectivity is paving the way for innovative applications and compelling user experiences. Furthermore, companies are increasingly harnessing the power of cloud computing to offload processing tasks from the local device. This means that even if your television's hardware is not as powerful as a dedicated computer, remote servers can handle complex computations, rendering sophisticated applications feeling smooth and responsive. Cloud integration also opens the door to seamless updates and real-time service improvements without the need for cumbersome offline installations or maintenance interruptions. On the consumer side, several influencing factors have accelerated the adoption of smart TV services. A significant driver is convenience. With a centralized device in the living room, consumers can manage multiple aspects of their digital lives without switching between different gadgets. The ability to transition seamlessly from watching a show to checking the latest market updates or placing an online order represents a striking evolution in the user experience. Interestingly, the integration of digital banking and shopping into the TV experience caters to an increasing desire for one-stop solutions. Many users appreciate that they do not need to juggle several devices to accomplish their daily tasks. This shift also points to a broader trend in consumer behavior, the blending of leisure and productivity, where entertainment platforms double as efficient tools for everyday management. However, despite the evident benefits, this evolution does not come without consumer concerns. Privacy issues top the list of potential challenges. With smart TVs gathering vast amounts of data, ranging from viewing habits to shopping preferences, there is an understandable wariness of how this information could be used. Cybersecurity experts continue to emphasize that as more sensitive financial and personal data flows through these devices, the potential impact of security breaches could be significant. Another concern revolves around the potential for digital overload. As homes become increasingly saturated with interconnected devices, some consumers worried about a future where their personal spaces are inundated with data and incessant notifications. Striking the right balance between convenience and cognitive wellness will become a key focus for designers and service providers in the years to come. Despite these concerns, the overall trend in consumer behavior remains strongly in favor of integrated digital experiences. With ongoing improvements in security protocols and a more transparent approach to data management, the adoption rate of smart TV based services continues to climb. Many industry insiders believe that as technology continues to advance and consumer trust is fortified, the integration of multiple services into a single device will become not just desirable, but essential. As we wrap up today's episode, it's clear that the evolution of home televisions into platforms for shopping, banking, and web browsing represents one of the most significant trends in the digital transformation of everyday life. We've seen how decades of innovation have propelled TVs from simple communication devices to multifaceted tools that integrate essential services. Historically, television has consistently adapted to the needs of society, first as a medium for entertainment, then as a portal for interactive content. Today's smart TVs support rapid e-commerce, secure financial transactions, and comprehensive web access thanks to sophisticated hardware, smart software, and robust connectivity. As emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, 5G, and augmented reality continue to mature, we can expect these platforms to become even more intuitive, secure, and indispensable to our daily lives. On the consumer behavior front, the shift towards an all-in-one devices is redefining convenience and trust. Although concerns about privacy and digital overload persist, steady improvement in cybersecurity and user-centric design are helping to ease these worries. The integration of banking, shopping, and information access via the living room television is not just a technical upgrade, it marks a fundamental change in how we imagine, manage, and enjoy our digital existence. Before I sign off, I'd like to leave you with a few reflective questions. How do you envision your smart TV evolving in the coming years? Will the convergence of banking, shopping, and entertainment in one device simplify your day-to-day routines, or do you see challenges that need to be carefully managed? These are exciting and important questions, and your perspective as listeners is crucial in shaping the future of these technologies. I hope this episode has provided valuable insights into both the historical context and the future potential of integrated shopping, banking, and web browsing into the modern television. Remember, technology is ever evolving, and the boundaries of what our devices can do are expanding every day. Thank you for listening to the Computer Vault podcast. If you enjoyed the episode, please rate and review on whichever platform you're listening on, and be sure to keep an eye out for our next episode where I'll talk about a new topic. You can also check out my website at www.computervault.co.uk, where you'll find previous blog posts from the full and short podcast episodes, and details of my collection, which includes books, manuals, CD-ROMs, floppy disks, magazines, cassette tapes, and some retro computers too. If you'd like to help support the podcast development, you can subscribe to me on Patreon at patreon.com/thecomputervault, where you can get access to new podcast episodes before they are released and exclusive member-only content. Thank you again for listening, and see you on the next episode.